Welcome, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, to this first race in the round of 8 for the Chaos Winter Carnival. My name is Thavian Hawk. My co-commentator today is Sofnum with Danny Ryan Tracking. Sofnum, what do you think is going to happen here with this run between ADR and Dengwoo?
I don't know, honestly. I know that they both went to 3 games, I believe, at least. They both went to 3 games in the round of 16 here. And, getting started early on this first game of our round of 8. So we haven't seen these two race each other yet in this tournament, at least in the bracket stages.
Well, for the moment, we can just focus on what we know, and that is the parties. They did not go with any crazy flag changes. This is just the standard forced melee, forced caster with the fighter and the red mage. The only difference here being that Dengwoo is going the 3-man with the thief, and ADR appears to be going with the white mage just to mess with Danny. As far as blursings, it's actually fairly good, all things considered. The fighter has plus 20 MDef and plus 20 health, only losing those spell casts, which in the late game, not having that cheeky life 2 to recover some party members could be trouble. The thief, you've got plus 10 vitality, resist all, and negative 1 MDef per level, which kind of isn't much of an issue with that resist all, so don't mind them taking that. The red mage, their other force party member, plus 5 luck, plus legendary swords, and minus 10 strength. So not exactly the best backup melee, but if you get a weapon it can hold, it might be useful to save some casts. And then the white mage over on ADR's side has promo fighter armor plus invis 2 with a negative 10 agility, so armor to make it kind of beefy to balance out for that lack of agility, and some evasion stacking magic included.
Yeah, it looks like an interesting set of flags. The red mage is quite interesting with the legendary sword and the minus 10 strength. It's kind of a not sure what you would end up going with there. Also considering for both of these parties, this is our only black caster, considering the black mage lost 30 hit points and gained fighter sword, which isn't going to really help anybody.
And we are off and almost in sync from the get-go, which is nice. Magic, we got nothing really special in white magic. Heal was the only heal spell. And then Fire 3, that is a great sweeper to start with for their 1 black caster apiece.
Yeah, I mean, Lamp was at level 1, and sometimes that's important. But, yes, nothing in the huge firepower range yet.
And we are yet to see their caster item, and nothing in the store otherwise as well, so into Toph we go.
Yep, and Dengwoo taking his normal stop here to fight the bridge boss early so that you don't run across it unexpectedly.
Always nice to preempt it. You could get the ship and just not have to deal with it and forget about it and go, dang it, when you hit the dwarves.
Yep, or any other bridge in the game.
Dengwoo also doing that top left check first. I've never really thought about it, and then someone explained if you find nothing, you can just reset out and get that bottom one, save the run.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster depending on. I mean, you have to be pretty good on the reset anyway, but and ADR is already out of the team that has weak attack and thick armor.
Chaos has nuke.
Yeah, Kraken has nuke, but his weak attack, Lich is not very tough. Although it did say Lich had crack.
And speaking of the boat, we got the boat and the adamant from the Royals, so getting that bridge boss out of the way, a surprise later, not an issue.
Yeah, and our runners do have an option. I would guess most people in this position, especially with the kind of cash we pulled out of Toph, would probably still go out to Bicky, but they could go turn in the adamant and see what that turns into.
The rundown to pick up level 2 magic, given they have some reasonable money coming out of Toph, makes more sense. ADR picking up that sword for his fighter might eat into that, but still, he's got 3,000 gold, 2,500. Dengwoo picking up or checking white magic before picking anything up. He only has the red mage to use. That is nuke. And fast.
Yep. And Quad X, which is a pretty good spell, all things considered.
Unfortunately, he only has 3 slots to use, so Cure 3 fast and nuke it is. And the Zeus Bonk rolled down, -2, but that is their caster iron they're using. Quite effective in the early game and good against a lot of different character types and some seafood packs and the like.
And the pirate has booty today. The pirate is holding the ruby, which makes this routing better anyway. And the houses at 2,500, not the worst, but, you know, pretty up there, a little bit out of our price range right now.
The good news for Dengwoo being that with only 1 character who can cast right now and 2 potentially with that thief going to a ninja, houses aren't that incredible except for their fast ability to recover a lot of health. Oh, and that is the ultimate FU that Provoka can give you. That is the blocking Mohawk Man.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen Mohawk Man there. I didn't even know he could cross the bridge.
Dengwoo going down, taking that lower river crossing to Crescent to check out the sages and store magic there.
No item yet, but here's our full store of everything except those houses.
Those softs rolled down really cheap. I've seen softs roll up like 300-400 gold easy, and pro rings +1. That is something to remember.
Yeah.
Oh, he just sold the gauntlet and couldn't afford the pro ring. That feels bad.
Oof. Yeah. You could probably get it if you were willing to give up that chain. But...
Heal 3 there and level 6 white.
Black didn't seem to have anything. I think Sleep 2 and Fire.
ADR on the other side did decide to go straight and get that Amet turned in. Those free chests, you got Crystal out of the Smith. That's another quick check, just run back through the sea. And then one of the 2 free chests had a -2 rolled Fire Shield.
Yeah, I mean, the Fire Shield's, you know, pretty good shield, even when it rolls down a little bit.
Got the resistance. Dengwoo immediately stepping out of Crescent and trying to get a grind on. He wants to get those pro rings as soon as possible. Plus some experience.
Yeah. Just sitting here waiting for the red mage there to cast the nuke so he could get rid of this, and that was a good amount of gold. I think that might have been enough already. I think it was 2,400 for that pack.
I think he needs about 55, so... Oh, that's the floater. Okay, ADR made the correct choice for routing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not much out of Matoya's chest otherwise, but the floater is the big ticket item. And Dengwoo doesn't even seem to be going that way. He's going to Elfland, so he's not on that chain.
Nope, and ADR is going to be able to go right down to the desert and then continue the fetch quests from there. Probably flying over to turn in the ruby and start yeah.
I don't mind this from him. He hasn't used that many of those tents he got for free. He's taken the the swamp run, trying to avoid the river system like the plague. The encounter table is not that bad either for the run across.
Yeah, and I think that it ends up being fewer steps, but the river system you may have fewer encounter steps.
We had Cure 2, Fire 2, and Warp at level 3 magic. That is some pretty spicy things to have. Especially if you end up having going to Ice Cave early and you just want to get that fast pickup of the incentive item and get the heck out. Weird Sword +4. That's actually quite potent for this part of the game. And the Oxiel, which came out of the Sages for ADR. Dengwoo picking up some good money out of these chests so far. Not much else otherwise. That is one of those things. A lot of people just pick up a thing and then forget about it. Sphinxes guarding this incentive chest, nothing to really go for. Might take it for the fight anyways, for the experience. And that's the canal. That is access to the sea.
Yeah, I wonder where Dengwoo will go next. I mean, to me, the logical play would go to visit the dwarves, but yeah, I'm a little bit biased.
Well, we've got the gold ring. Yep, that's the tail for 7,200 in Elfland. So Dengwoo having access to the world at large. I kind of expect he's just going to go ahead and, if he noticed that tail, I don't know if he checked the store while he's in Elfland, he might go ahead and pick the tail up. Otherwise, he's going to Melmond.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're gonna go visit the dwarfs. You might visit Melmond before chasing a crystal, though. Crystal's kind of a long way from here if you're not planning on going back.
Well, with the tail from the store, ADR taking his airship straight down Bahamut, getting that promo. I like this because it gives him the options for spellcasts on that ninja when he gets them. It gives him access to all the weapons and equipment that he can potentially use. And, wow, Bahamut was poor as all get out. The herb coming out of that incentive chest. Yep, katana. That also very much helps.
One. That's and a ruse stick.
Okay, so on Bahamut's Bahamut's right side was poor. Bahamut's left side was really, really well stocked.
Maybe that's where his blind spot was. And the old man has a bell.
It is nice having that early floater, meaning the crystal came out of the dwarf turn-in, or the adamant turn-in, actually. Having that early floater, getting ADR in the air has created some substantial difference in routing, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
And that is Sky Sky Sty out of the check with Sarda and the Titan.
Yeah, so since it's with the Titan instead of the robot, does this make it like the French vanilla placement for the cube? But anyway, yeah. So go to Melman, check us out here. Looks like ADR is going to be getting their Sky combo here as well.
So I think that was Ice 2 or Ice 3 in black, but there was also Light 2 and I believe Invis 2 in level 5 white. So some more really great magic you like to see, but in some of the worst possible spots. Level 5, it charges faster, but it's so much harder to menu to.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we should convince the devs that like the select button should change pages on the magic. And then you just hit select.
And that's ADR getting his cube. He now has access to every single dungeon, but he doesn't have the key or the loot, so he can get as many theme kills as he wants. He just can't really go from there. Dengwoo seeing those gold -1s and picking them up, getting better armor on his red mage and his thief.
Oh yeah, making sure to pick up life 2 on that white mage. Which, depending on how hard Topher decides to be, can be a lifesaver sometimes.
And Dengwoo having just enough money, he is getting his tail just then.
Still hasn't done that crystal turn in yet. So.
Very true. Once he gets the crystal turned in, he will make that beeline. He'll no doubt be promoting immediately after hopping into the air. Cremated Nightmares in the Hall of Giants. That is not nice to see. The Whiz Mummy pack, potentially okay to see, but it looks like ADR doesn't want to deal with it. He doesn't have big sweepers in large quantities.
Well, yeah, and at that point, his big sweeper was kind of face down anyway, so not really the best position to find yourself in.
Now, do you agree with this routing from ADR? He is going to the on-rack continent.
Yeah, I mean, once you have the Oxyale, it's always a good play, especially when I like it better with the airship than I do the boat. I think it's equidistant or possibly even faster with the boat, but yeah, so Dengwoo getting his promotion here, gonna pick up the herb, gonna pick up all the nice loot that's here on the other side of Bahamut, where I guess he thought nobody would think to look. If I make the left ones bad enough, will they stop opening boxes? I don't know.
Well, the fun thing is the left side and the right side are chests from different islands. They're the three Cardia Islands. The way that Bahamut's Horde works is it actually creates a set of chests that link to the chest all across the three Bahamut's Horde or Cardia Islands. So you can either go to the Cardia Islands themselves to get the boxes, or you can just walk all the way down to Bahamut's Horde to get them. And this is actually not a bad thing for Dengwoo, since he has not gotten that crystal and hasn't got the ship, or the airship. He boated down to Cardia, so he could just make this quick river dock run to Ordeals and make this play.
Yeah, this is one of the big advantages, in my opinion, of the early tale, is that it really kind of almost, quote-unquote, unlocks 2 checks, because you need to do, those 2 checks and the promotion usually in most seeds. So it's always really good routing. The counter to that is if you don't have your levels, and both of our runners do here, Ordeals can be scary. There's some scary monsters.
Relatively speaking, we're only looking at 9 and 10 across the board, either side. Running into the Whiz Mummy pack in the robot room, getting some experience that way at least.
And yeah, but I think this is out of the range where Ordeals really hurts. I've done Ordeals on like 5 or 6 before, and I've seen other people do it, and that's always a little bit scary.
True. And ADR picking up the loot, so he's got an instrument to keep himself entertained while he goes through the grind to find that key.
Yeah, the sort of the lesser of our 2 final key items that we're hunting for here. Just because it doesn't really unlock anything else. Its only job is to smash a plate.
ADR taking the worst possible place to stay. It's the only option, I guess. As he is most likely going to go ahead and go into the Sea Shrine while Dengwoo is making his way through the Pillar Maze. Question for you. Did you enjoy this being a 4th Pillar Maze? Because I'm sure he didn't. Especially when he just 4th pillared right back to the beginning.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the 4-pillar maze is just, I don't know. I don't like it, even as a spectator. I feel bad.
Man, he had Warp. That saved him.
Yeah. I don't always have or remember Warp when I'm in here.
ADR finding that Gershark Big Eye pack, which could be some solid experience if he can nail these 2 down.
Ooh. That's a pretty chunky Gershark. I don't know if that's worth. Oh, it looked like that was just a spot. Some money in these easy checks here, and Sea Shrine. Haven't seen anything too bad yet out of the various party pack members. Those sea snakes just hitting really soft. lobsters are a little stronger.
Lobsters have claws. They do very, very bad things with those claws, unfortunately. That is the Vorpal -3 out of Ordeals. Dengwoo not so happy, but he did find the eye tile.
Yeah, that Vorpal -3 is just... I mean, we have the katana, and it's only -2, so I just don't see... I mean, it may be the best thing we find for Greg, but I don't know. It's rough.
It's riddled. There is off-tile encounters on this eye grind, but I do not blame Dengwoo. He is pulling armor off his party. He looks like he's getting ready to do a solid, probably into the 20th grind on at least one of his characters, if not higher.
Oh, and it looks like... maybe it's the ninja.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, that's your kind of guaranteed offense right now. You know you can make that work. Makes sense.
ADR checking the Sharknado rooms and getting ice +1 armor out of the Sharknado itself. That 4-pack right on the way towards the carry floor. Or Kraken floor.
Yep. Finding that single sandworm, you know, it's probably good experience for how many hit points it has, but the grind is so long, it just does not give you that much on the lower counts.
Now, there's one thing to note about taking this grind for Dengwoo. He has not done nearly as much exploration as ADR. That's tox out of the Gershark. That is definitely not nice to see.
And we didn't see that the first time, so definitely, you know, not looking for this tile anymore.
Well, unfortunately, that's an open encounter, or loose encounter he's been taking. But as far as the grind note, since ADR has the advantage in exploration, he has more incentive items picked up, which means when ADR does go to grind, he can get more experience faster. So this eye tile is not doing as much for Dengwoo's party as it would be for ADR's currently.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good call, but, oh, and he's gonna... Dengwoo's gonna force the issue here before we take the, ninja sky... Ooh.
So ADR has lost his white mage. He didn't pull or have a chance to pull up either of his other party members. This is man mode into Kraken 1. How do you think this will go?
I wouldn't be surprised if ADR made it work. Like, I think it's a very tense moment. I would really like to know what happens, but and we're on drink strats.
That's those two having that ruse stick is the only reason this is still going. He got the second ruse cast off, only took the first hit for, and that second hit was only about 60 damage as compared to the 170 from the first hit.
So it looks like, yeah. He's making it work here, it looks like.
So long as ADR doesn't see any crit hits out of Kraken, he probably can grind this out.
Yeah. Hope we could... Uh-oh.
Speaking of... Thankfully, those three uses of the ruse stick make him just that enough evasion he can dance around chugging potions.
Yep, and it looks like Dengwoo was out to find somewhere to kill off Danny. Sorry, Danny. So that we could eye grind the most efficient.
Understandable move.
Yeah, the eye was going down too quick, and Dengwoo wanted this over. So looks like we're still Still here with Kraken.
Now, unfortunately, Kraken could roll up and be that much thicker, so at 70-ish damage per hit, this is not a fast fight for ADR. And Dengwoo, on the other hand, is picking up over 7,000 experience per fight on that thief.
Yeah.
Or ninja.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna do some good once we're out of it for ADR's ninja, too. But probably not as nearly sufficient as Dengwoo's being right now. Getting a word form out of it, pretty good, though.
Gotta imagine how fast Dengwoo's ninja, with its levels it has now, would be doing this fight. But that is ADR through Kraken and hoping that that Gershark will go down fast.
Oh my gosh. And we tried to cast Toxic, didn't land, thankfully. Okay.
Well, good news is there's a pretty fast party member store to get to right out of this, so... Yeah. ADR is getting out of this continent and will never return.
Having sacked it for all of its riches, we're going to buy out its stores and then leave. We will not even deign to stay in the inn.
Dengwoo picking up an off-the-tile encounter on some zombie Ds. Whack, whack, whack those, because he wants to get back to the eye grind.
Yeah, not a bad take, though, there.
That
was actually better than an eye.
ADR is going toward deals. He's going to find that limp Vorpal, but he is also going to find the eye, so this might just be the same grind that ADR takes, just a little later.
Yeah, I mean, if he finds that eye, he's probably going to be sad that he picked his party up.
Dengwoo, on the other hand, has reached level 38, so he might be going to the moon.
Probably.
It is the answer to life, the world, and everything.
It's, if I remember right, it covers a bunch of breakpoints. That's why it sticks in my head.
Yeah, it's the big black belt breakpoint that everyone grinds to.
Yeah.
The hits and ribbons worth of resistance.
And now we're gonna slip the katana on. Which I guess we weren't using before. I guess now that we're critting as much, the malice doesn't matter as much on it.
He's hit 42, he's got 7 hits on that katana, and he's going to keep going. This is just going to 50. At this point, unless there's some magical breakpoint to get just that 8th hit without going all the way.
Yeah, I've seen him end it too, around 45, 46. Just because you may you're going to gain some experience over the course of the game type of thing, but yeah. I don't know.
Well, Classic Gamer in chat pulling that 8 hits is at 50, so...
Well, yeah, I guess that's where we're going.
Really can't blame Dengwoo. This is one of those things of, can I do it? Should I do it? I'm gonna do it.
Plus, if you're jamming out to music like that, it's like, yeah.
He's got that speed and power in his ears. Gonna put it through the controller into the game. While Dengwoo's been grinding, ADR is past the Pillar Maze and on to pick up the gear and the eye grind that he may indeed take as well. One thing to note, there's that 8th hit. One thing to note, the eye grind is actually a good thing here, especially since they have a reasonably long run off the hard reset. Overworld grinds aren't that big of an option right now. Or walking grinds. So, the big kind of wompy Vorpal. Or fighting the eye. I mean, oh wow. That is not a very solid eye either. And now Dengwoo is going to stop and drop off this crystal from that water dock on the outer sea and go, oh, Well,
I go, oh no.
since he's had that in his inventory for about past 10, 15 easily minutes.
Yep.
And he shakes his head.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. Yeah, you can see the frustration. That's, you know now that if you had routed it the other way, you'd be in the air.
All things considered, with the speedboat and with his ability or understanding of manipulating encounters on the sea with saves, he hasn't really lost that much time. It basically forced him into that fast ordeals check after getting that tail in the promotion, so it really incentivized his grind route. He's not that far behind.
Oh no.
And whatever behind he is, he's gonna make some pretty fast progress. I mean, you already saw those wolves run away immediately when he was getting the crystal check.
Yeah. It's always a good time. And I can't, really blame him for just doing this. The earlier you grind, the more you can use that power, your fights take that much less time. You're not going to spend 17 rounds trying to take Kraken down because you're a Vade captain. He won't stop punching you.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, based on what we've seen from both these runners, Ice Cave is required, because that is going to turn into a chain that's going to include the key at some point. Because we've already had the Waterfall, Marsh, the Sarda check, and the Titans check, and Ordeals.
Yeah. Yeah, and we did check Marsh. I don't remember what it was, but...
Marsh, I believe, was the canal, which is why Dengwoo got out the ocean on the boat.
Yeah.
The ADR didn't go that way because he immediately went and got the airship.
Dengwoo checking the Oasis. It's basically free with the airship. But we did buy the tail, so we know that there's no item out there anymore. Yep.
Dengwoo on his way up to the waterfall to pick up his instrument of entertainment.
Yeah, which is a good thing to find. It's always nice to get that out of the way. You're not looking for 2 chains, and you're not probably going to be 100%ing the seed.
Dengwoo is also going full one-man right now. Didn't even bother picking up his party members because he's got the speed, run evasion, doesn't have as many characters to interact with or command going into fights. The entire zombie pack has everything but the... or mummy pack has everything but the mummies running from him.
I mean, that was hilarious from sort of an observation standpoint, but so frustrating when it takes... I'm always yelling at them like, get off the screen! It just takes 20 seconds out of your day that... just for nothing. Yep.
Where Dengwoo is able to get rid of his 2 party members, ADR isn't taking that route. He's just going for a balanced team grind here on the eye. Not a horrible thing to do. There are better experiences per pack for a team grind, like the metal slimes, if you can find them. But those metal slimes can always roll thick and have really bad things, so... take the grind that you can, when you can, for the effect that you need, and then move on.
Yeah. I believe there is Final Fantasy Randomizer saying of, don't waste time looking for a worse grind. Just if it works, use it. Makes sense. And ADR only took us to like 25, it looked like, or so. Probably just done for now. Maybe doesn't know who he wants to launch.
Tyros have cremate. How nice of them to be, or to want to be Godzilla. don't blame ADR for picking up this steak and wings fight before lifting off.
Yeah, I mean, it's even better experience than the eye, a little bit faster, but just not going to be reliable out here in the desert, unfortunately.
Well, looks like he's routing the proximity play to Sky with the cube and the chime. Do you think he's going to do much searching as far as chess?
Well, I'm going to guess no, since we just skipped the first level, and yeah, it looks like we're skipping there, the less than greater than 2, so at very least before we get in the air, we're not.
Now on Dengwoo's side, he has reached the man mode to Kraken. Let's compare his man mode versus ADR's man mode and see just what level 50 and a katana -1 can do. Oh, he's
no.
bragging.
Oh no! How many bracks do we have? No. 2 more bracks. Oh!
And he got the brack. Okay, well, I mean, he does the job, and he's full level 50.
And now he's level 50.
At ADR's side, he found the metal slimes. I believe this was on... Oh, no, that was loose. I thought that was on the Q block. I was wrong. Well, we don't have a direct comparison of man-moding carry 1, it seems. Or Kraken 1.
Yeah.
I get my K-named fiends mixed up. I apologize.
You're fine. Absolutely fine.
CC Scanda with the power bonk. Definitely worth the check.
Yeah. There's usually something really good in Sky. There's a lot more chess than people kind of give it credit for, I think.
Yeah, it does kind of help on this specific floor of Sky, because that chest that had that power bonk is a unguarded better trap treasure, so it's not that far out of the way, and it has a higher probability of having something good, power bonk being a very good example of that.
Yes.
So at this point, other than the defense sword and the white shirt, as far as the final game panoply, I would always recommend trying for. ADR has more or less good equipment.
Yeah.
And a war mech to fight.
Oh, we found the
Robot
chicken. That fighter did pretty good damage for, you know, not really swinging much. 7 hits, 212 is pretty good out of that ninja.
Well, Warmack's going easy on him. He's got Fire 3 instead of Nuclear.
So we're going to try and teach it nuke by nuking it, which is how that works, I'm pretty sure.
See, this is my worry about the fiends. When you take them out with nuke early, they just get it in the past.
Right? It's like, oh, my past me remembered how to cast this spell.
You get more Fire 3 out of ADR, or out of the Warmech on ADR's side.
Yeah, it's pretty chunky Warmech. Don't seem to be in any actual danger here, but still pretty chunky for our Warmech friend here.
Well, that was a kill on Warmech, so that's a huge chunk of experience. That's nearly 30 for his party, 27 at the lowest, 29 at the top. Dengwoo on the other side, well, ADR was getting his Warmech on, crashed right through the armory and volcano, and is going right through Agama floor, going straight to kill himself another fiend.
Yeah. I mean, just go if you can.
Speed and power.
And, you know, Deng probably knows what's up here. You know, he's a good enough runner that he's figured out that he knows where key is, so he doesn't really need to find it.
Well, ADR getting the Kraken, or getting Tia, while Dengwoo is trying to two-shot carry. Didn't stop. He has to go for a third swing. And that is a snakely down on Dengwoo's side. ADR continuing to lay on the defense and get some damage in on that dragon.
Yeah, this is an interesting case in our seed where, you know, from an orb count perspective, Dengwoo's pulling ahead. Where ADR lit the first orb, Dengwoo was the first to light too.
And not only that, he routed it perfectly because he's right into Ice Cave. He's gonna get that key or get an chain to get to the key. Depending on how long that chain is, he might end up bouncing onto the ribbon if it gets to a split. ADR going to Volcano. Of course, Dengwoo noticed that floater later. He probably felt, oh, I guess I ground up and now I have to go, because my opponent, as we do know, ADR got the floater that much sooner.
Yeah, and I wish I could claim credit for this, but Danny Air Tracker is pointing it out to us that the only split is the key, and so we know that the ribbon is behind the key.
Ah.
And
the
so
slab is there, and a ribbon in Ice Cave. That's huge.
Oh, wow. Our loose ribbon, too.
I just realized, is that thief or knight, or is that ninja even wearing any armor?
Probably not.
Yeah, Dengwoo just giving it the go gesture on his camera. ADR equipping the Opal gear he scavenged out of that armory.
Oh. Dengwoo going to the party reorder screen to remember which of his characters was the white mage.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen them standing in the last. We haven't seen them standing in like 20 minutes, so easy to forget.
Just great. I love it. So, we're going to go and finish Earth here while we're in the area.
Makes sense. It's not the fastest run, but it's definitely doable. There's a tiny speed bump in the sand. ADR in Volcano still. He checked that first room after on the Agma floor and found a ribbon in there, so he's got his ribbon for his ninja. I don't blame ADR for checking these boxes, but at this point, as we know, Dengwoo is on the go mode and just getting ready to pull that much further ahead.
Yep. Oh, and making the closet check. Wow. Hyenas are running away from us. Yeah. Ice -2. Not something we're putting on. Actually, I don't know what. Maybe some armor. There might be pieces of armor we would like to see. Maybe a power bonk. I don't think we picked one up.
The power bonk is in Sky and CC, so he does not have the power bonk. He just has level 50.
Yeah. Which is quite a power bonk, but...
Did we see where Saber was?
I don't remember seeing where Saber was.
Yeah, because if Saber was in those first 4 levels of black, he could at least get the cast for it, but it doesn't seem like it.
I don't remember it being there, but... It's usually one of those I try and make a mental note of myself of, oh, now we have Saber strats. Oh, and so ADR is going to pick up the pro rings, yeah.
Kinda crazy to think he hasn't found one of those, or didn't find enough for his party, but he's got all the gold in the world to get them.
Yeah. I mean, this is a really good outfit, you know. We have all our pro rings. We have a ribbon. We haven't found the incentive ribbon yet.
Okay, that was a black belt.
Oh, okay.
Gear it up, put the ribbon on it, level 50 black belt, go, go, go.
That was lucky.
That's the, like, I don't care if I don't have the insane MDef, I already have the ribbon, just go. As ADR goes to get that slab get into that chase for the key, Dengwoo has his slab translated, has his third orb lit, and is going to Loompa Loompa Land to try and get that key.
Yep. We're gonna keep fetching and fetching and fetching here. And this is the most out of the way check that's left, so, you know, hopefully it'll be here. And then Dengwoo needs to make the decision on if he wants another ribbon. I'm gonna guess no, though.
This is interesting. Dengwoo is taking the action of reviving his remaining party members. As we get the bottle.
Yep. Now we go to Gaia. Makes sense. I mean...
Danny making a good point there. Level 50 with punch, 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 and fast at level 2. Rex Topher.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be fine. You'll know that he didn't even bother to give them any more than 1 hit point.
Now, the black belt, we didn't check this Blursing ahead of time, has plus 15 luck and the wood armor evasion bonus, which is completely pointless, at a negative 20% vitality, which is why our black belt, or why Dengwoo's black belt is in the 700s for life.
Yep.
ADR, diving marsh, gonna find him a very womp womp canal. As Dengwoo takes the crown from the fairy and talks to Astos for the key.
Excellent.
Talks to,
Astos...
and that's, talk to is 10 punches.
Yes. Talk to is a relative here. We let our fists do the talking. And we're going to tough. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Dive, dive, dive. 45, 30, and 9 for Dengwoo.
Yeah.
ADR just 2 checks away from that key.
And I feel like he can feel it too. His demeanor. He knows he's ahead. He knows he found the shortcuts.
But validation checkboxes are irrelevant. This is just go mode.
Yep. They're only relevant when you don't check them.
I mean, the only thing that he might want at this point is the white shirt so he can cast Invisibility or Invis 2 on his entire party. The power bonk is basically irrelevant as long as he has his fast caster up. And even then, the fast caster is just a bonus.
Yep. So ADR made short work. They have access to warp, so made short work of ice. Picked up the bottle. Gonna go to get the crown. Get the key from Astos. Head into Topher.
I'm honestly shocked that Dengwoo even... Oh, there's that first turn nuke from Lich that we were discussing earlier.
Do you think Greg gets any heal pods?
I can imagine maybe. I don't know if he picked up life on... Oh, wait, never mind, he can't, because that knight has the no promo spells. Yep. So now that Danny's gone, there's no fast, there's no resurrection. This is just the 2 men up and running.
Yeah. Probably, I mean, not the scariest, honestly. I mean, the other two weren't here for most of the lighting of the orbs kind of step of this process, so...
In fact, they didn't even bother in being involved. They were just dead weight on the ninja as he ran all the way through.
Yeah. Ninja had to drag them along.
Then they woke up and was like, wait, you changed. What happened to you? I'm in a very, very impressive disguise. As the crown for ADR off the ferry, gonna get one more interaction in with Astos, get his key, and he will join Dengwoo in Topher.
Yep. So, a lot of different routing here, honestly, but, you know, we're not gonna be there much more than 5 minutes apart, so not too
Indeed.
bad.
Just shows you how good these runners are, that they're that close between each other, one way or the other. And we didn't even bother to mention that Carry 2 was taken out. We're already on Kraken.
I mean, it was a thing that happened, it just didn't seem notable at the time.
Yeah.
These lobsters are giving us way more problems than any of the fiends. It's like the third party pack that Dengwoo's run into.
49.25 for ADR to get into Topher, as Dengwoo is already on Tia's floor.
Yep. Making punch work of Topher as you do. This is the reward for rocketing off that eye. Ouch. 800 damage gone. Tia's still up. Oh, Tia has more than 1,000. But not more than 1,600. So, Tia goes down, we have Chaos left. I have a prediction what's gonna happen here, but, yeah.
Putting that roost stick on that black belt just in case, or master, or whatever the promoted black belt is. The big punchy dude with big arms.
Oh, we didn't confuse Chaos. That's too bad. We're gonna pump our black belt full of potions while we ruse ourselves up to evade cap. Ooh, 700. And Fire 2. So far, Chaos is just not... Oh, well, that was a good punch.
Swirl and a big punch is all we've seen from him so far to worry about. And now we see no more, because that is GG for Dengwoo. With a final race time, let me check here, 55:58 for Dengwoo.
Yeah, GG's, and we'll see if Dengwoo's going to come. And I believe we are joined in the booth by Dengwoo. GG's.
GG's! Hello, sorry. I got my music on, I'm jamming out.
As we could see.
No, it was... You had a jamming seed. I respect your jamming out.
It was funny because, like, after the race ended, a song came on. It was like the Run Devil Run or something like that, and I'm like, oh, that'd been perfect for my solo thief running through all these dungeons, or solo ninja.
Yeah, no, that was it was impressive. And then the metamorphosis from ninja to black belt there at the bottom of Earth, just, you know, kind of cemented the seed's fate.
Yeah, that was a complete, I was actually going to where ADR went, which was the floating castle. And I said, well, I'm here, I have a solo ninja, everything's gonna run, and I have, like, only one person, it's gonna go really quick. And I got warp, so I can do all the checks real quick to see if power box there. And then the BB, I'm like walking towards Lich, couple steps away. I'm like, you know, it'd be great a black belt to help offset the fact I don't power bomb. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? Let me pick you up real quick.
Well, funny enough, that power bonk was actually in CC's Gambit, so you would have had to go to Sky to get it.
Okay, so yeah, either way, but I definitely would have taken the black belt, because the MDef with only one I mean, you're literally a master with the thief with a free ribbon, so it kind of sucks still. So at least the black belt, or the master in this case, instantly is hitting strong. So
You had the ribbon, you were already man mode with a level 50 character. We all understand why.
Yeah, I mean, in the Katana World down, we didn't find any especially good weapons, really.
Lich dude cast it, nuke. I looked at my red mage's health and I'm like, I don't think I healed you because you're only at 250. This is awkward.
After every fight, I was wondering if the fighter was going to get more heal pots or not. Like, seriously, I was like, well, he's probably just one punch from death anyway.
Well, I mean, the general idea is I don't really need to use it in in Earth Floor and Volcano, really, unless I start hitting like 4 red dragons and stuff like that. So I was trying to save as much time as I could, and then once I got the Kraken, I'm like, Kraken the T, I'm like, I need you to just soak, ruse, and just take the hits, please.
So ADR went ahead and forfeited, bounced out of Topher, but didn't quit immediately. He made it all the way to Onrek. Just wanted to give a kiss to his boo bubbles down in Mermaid Floor. That was great.
I like it. Oh, I mean, I'm really glad I ran the party I ran. I was like, I'm gonna run the double melee, and I can make something happen with this. And the eye grind, I'm like, this is gonna be boring for the viewers, but I got a level 49 ninja, yay!
Yeah. I mean, it was okay. ADR was going and doing a lot of checks while you were doing that, so you guys both grind at different times, so it was interesting to see the divergence in route after that happened, and then we got back to kind of the same point, almost at the same time. You guys entered Topher about 4 minutes apart.
Speaking of ADR, welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Hey, GR, GG's.
Yeah, GG's.
So, what compelled you to make that dive down to Crescent when you already had the Adamant to turn in?
I think I already had the floater by the time I went down to Crescent.
You must be talking about me.
Oh, sorry, I got it backwards. My brain is like, it was insane. No, it was the Adamant to the Crystal to the floater, which is how you got in the air first.
Yeah, because I did Adamant, and then I did the tail because I went to Elflin, yeah. I was like, hey, it's a long run. Let's go do Crescent Lake. And then I'll head over to the Adamant, and then I'll do Marsh Cave, and then we'll go from there. And that's kind of how it went. I was like, I needed some money just in case Warp's tier 3. I took the fight just outside of Crescent here, hit level 7, which gave me 2 warp charges if it was there at tier 3, which it rolled. Makes getting out of Marsh way faster.
Yeah,
So
that really was the divergence point for both of you, was who went to Marsh and who went to the Sky. What was your feeling, Dengwoo, when you found the floater after already grinding all the way to level 50?
Oh, thank good. I don't have to use any more save items. I mean, it felt great because it felt like I had chose a good path. I mean, the path wasn't that bad anyways, I don't think, because I mean, even with the divergence and everything like that, or the slight divergence, ADR was right there, according to what you're saying. So if he's entering 5 minutes right behind me or whatever it is, I mean, that's still really good for doing a sea dive really early.
ADR, how did you enjoy this seed?
Oh, it was pretty good up until Carry 2 decided to do Carry 2 things. But yeah, a lot of times in these flags, I like to actually have go mode before I'll do any of the orbs. So I'll defer the Fiend dungeons really until late as possible. And this time, I'm sitting there in the on-rack area. I have Ottail. I'm like, I have a katana. Let me go try to do Kraken. And as I'm sitting there doing 60 damage a turn, I'm thinking Dengwoo's gotta be like just flying past me at this point.
I believe at that point you were both man-moding with the katana. Actually, I don't even think Dengwoo had the katana on his ninja at that moment, but he was in ordeals grinding to 50 on his ninja.
That's a good idea, because those spoiler bats are saying everyone's got nuke and Chaos has like incredibly tough, strong armor, hits hard. Like, well, he obviously rolled up. But by the time I got to ordeals, my other guys would not go down. So I'm thinking maybe I'll get an off-step encounter and they can, eat a blaze or something. But no, it just didn't happen that way. So full party, it's nice to have everyone able to stand up anyway. But then when the katana rolled down, and of course I passed on Earth this game, turns out that's where the black belt was. And so that was another pivotal decision.
You did get the power bonk out of CC's Gambit, which is definitely a balancing item there, but power without needing to cast power is value.
Yeah, the seed was definitely beatable with these strategies. It's just going to take me, 5 to 10 minutes more than I apparently had.
Sopnam, any questions?
No, I think we, pretty much covered all the stuff I had thought of during the race, but it was an excellently raced race by both of you. It's very interesting routing. There was a lot of branching, as we've been sort of referring to, kind of culminating in a nice ending. So, thank you for running for us, and I'll turn over final thoughts. I'll start with ADR.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to Game 2. Going into that with a deficit, my nerves are probably going to be firing off, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll do that Tuesday, so we won't be waiting too long. And otherwise, GG, year the woo. I think it's going to happen.
Stop it, you're going to curse me, ADR.
Dengwoo, final thoughts?
GG to ADR. Everybody I've gone up against obviously is a great runner and that. And ADR, we've done plenty of pickup races, so I appreciate, being able to race against him in this kind of a tournament. And I appreciate everybody here that's in the race crew. Dark Moon doing the restream, Danny tracking, doing her awesomeness. Sofnum and Fabian, appreciate you guys commentating. Can't wait to watch it back, which I'll probably do as soon as we get out of here. And always the spectators. You guys make it enjoyable. I don't know. Thank you. And Tuesday ADR sounds like a good time. You let me know when.
All right. GG's to both of you, and I second. Thank you, Dark Moon, for doing the restream, and Danny for helping us track, and special thanks to my co-commentator Fabian. And why don't you take us home?
Okie dokie, thank you much for everyone as well. This has been Fabian Hawkins, Sofnum, commentating a race between Dengwoo and ADR leading into that race too. We very much look forward to it. For all of you who have been watching, I lost my ability to speak momentarily. I apologize. This is the most awkward dead air I've had in a while.
Yeah, GG's everybody. Good night.